There's symptoms that most women only whisper about or oftentimes suffer in silence.
So we're talking about hot flashes, mood swings, weight gain, all signs of hormonal change that signal what women often call the change. So tonight at 5 p.m., 10 TV medical correspondent Tracy Townsend takes a look at what's happening in the years leading up to menopause. They call it perimenopause.
A lot of women will come in and say, I'm going through menopause, do I need to be on hormones? No, you don't need to be on hormones. It's a natural process, but it might not be a fun process.
So tonight on 10 TV News, what we know about menopause is changing. It can start years earlier. We'll show you some of the new treatments and ideas that can help. Be sure to watch. Well, now at 6:22, most women only whisper about menopause symptoms, hot flashes, mood swings, weight gain, all signs of the hormonal change that signal what some people call the change. Well, tonight at 5, 10 TV medical correspondent Tracy Townsend takes a look at what's happening in the years leading up to menopause, something called perimenopause.
So a lot of women will come in and say, I'm going through menopause, do I need to be on hormones? No, you don't need to be on hormones. It's a natural process, but it might not be a fun process.
So be sure to tune in tonight. What we know about menopause is changing. It can start years earlier. We'll show you some of the new treatments and the ideas that can help.
Hot flashes, sleepless nights, mood swings. For women, it can start well before menopause kicks in.
It was a huge struggle for me and my family, because they'll tell you that I was like a crazy woman.
I'll explain your choices to deal with what's being called perimenopause and how it can start early. Just how early? Mood swings, sleeplessness, hormone therapy, and yes, hot flashes. Symptoms millions of women and their spouses will tell you are all part of the change.
It was a huge struggle for me and my family, because they'll tell you that I was like a crazy woman.
Ann Muscati Bowman told me the symptoms were all too familiar. She'd witnessed her own mother experience them too.
Nervousness, the lack of sleep or being able to sleep, the focus, like the brain fog that they talk about, that's real. You know, the hot flashes in the most inopportune times, as if we're sitting here talking, you would be pouring sweat.
At the time, she was in her 40s and in what's called perimenopause, the transition to menopause.
And so you can start to feel some of the symptoms of menopause and still be getting regular menstrual cycle, or someone will start to space out their periods.
Ohio Health OBGYN Michelle Birkenholz says women always ask her when this time of their lives will start, but testing can only confirm that it's underway.
There's a blood test that tells you whether you're in menopause or you're not in menopause, but it doesn't give you a timeline of how much longer this is going to last.
Turns out it's all about the hormones, and they operate in our bodies sort of like a drug. So without them, we experience withdrawal symptoms, and those symptoms include hot flashes, night sweats, even mood swings. You can find information about this on the internet. None of these things are medically harmful, but oh my goodness, they can certainly wreak havoc on your quality of life. Hormone therapy to relieve those hot flashes and night sweats is often a first course of treatment. Medical experts heard the concerns about cancer, stroke, and blood clots, and now say hormone therapy can be safe when it's personalized for each patient.
And so the goal with hormone replacement therapy is to put you on the lowest dose for the least amount of time.
For perimenopausal women in particular, there is a growing movement toward natural, non-hormonal approaches, including bioidentical hormones. Hormones that are chemically identical to those your body produces.
And they have a prescription drug for about everything out there.
Registered pharmacist Bob Wood and his team at Integrative Hormone Consulting essentially customized treatments for patients targeting hormones referred to them by their doctors.
And so rather than be so quick to write a prescription and put them on one of these anti-anxiety or antidepressant type prescription drugs, I'd rather go the route of fixing the hormones and getting those balanced.
Balance is making Ann's experience better.
So I work with the physician on, every 6 months to a year, getting rechecked.
Her doctor referred her to another compounding pharmacist for bioidentical therapy. Hot flashes and other symptoms are now under control.
Sometimes in the back of your mind you think, is this okay with all the, hype and stuff about cancer and cancer-causing things, but when your quality of life isn't good, you have to do something.
And there is an app that can help you get through this season. It's called Menopause. It's free, works on Apple or Android devices, and there are no ads. The North American Menopause Society created this to help women and healthcare providers work together to personalize treatment. You can read more about it at 10tv.com.
From Central Ohio's news leader, this is 10 TV News at 11.
Well, still ahead on 10 TV News at 11, a Health Source 10 special report.
And for many women, it is one of the side effects of getting older.
It just feels like you have an internal fire inside of you.
Coming up, how modern medicine is helping many women through menopause. We're back with a Health Source 10 special report tonight. What we know about menopause is changing from when the symptoms start to the risks and benefits of some treatment options. Now, the symptoms are certainly the same: hot flashes, night sweats, and weight gain. But tonight, 10 TV medical correspondent Tracy Townsend shows us it can start years earlier.
Menopause. You could call it a sensitive subject.
It just feels like you have an internal fire.
But it seems that moms don't always talk to us about the proverbial change.
No. And I think part of that is because they don't know anything about it.
Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center OBGYN Dr. Cynthia Evans says that's possible because we're simply outliving our natural lifespan. In other words, we live past those years and on into our 90s. And with those additional years, some things, well, change.
The night sweats, it's just, yes, it's pretty much unbearable.
Hot flashes hit Beverly Justice when she was just 37. Anxiety, mood swings, and depression followed.
I tried estrogen through my regular doctor, and that was horrifying.
Really, why?
I had the leg cramps, and they would wake me up at night in screaming pain.
Beverly is one of many women who hormone therapy did not appear to help.
I started seeing immediate results.
She saw the commercials for Restorative Health, promising a natural path to restoring hormone levels.
I always tell my patients that you remember how you felt at 19 or 20? Basically, we're putting you back into that mode.
Dr. Vernon Reynolds and his team use a range of treatments, including natural hormone pellet therapy. The doctor says they are identical to the hormones created naturally in our bodies when they were at original levels.
We're not putting something foreign in your body. We're just increasing and altering the levels of what your body should be making.
Medical experts now use a more personalized approach to hormone therapy.
So if a woman doesn't have any symptoms or her symptoms are mild, she doesn't need hormone therapy.
Dr. Evans, who is a member of the North American Menopause Society, says even more options are on the horizon, with Ohio State researchers looking at how medications marketed for chronic pain and depression can cool hot flashes.
Antidepressants in their lowest doses actually help with hot flashes, which is a big help for some women who might have some anxiety, might have some early depression, and some mild hot flashes.
Healthcare providers will tell you that none of the symptoms are medically harmful, but do affect your quality of life.
It's been miraculous.
Beverly says the implant she gets once every 3 months or so has improved her life.
It helps with if you have any body aches or cramps or your joints, that's all gone. Your hot flashes are gone. And of course, the sex drive is definitely improved.
And while we're talking about sex, the experts tell us husbands or significant others should know this time in a woman's life and the symptoms are real.
That it's just part of the adjustments that they're going through.
So it's not about them.
It's not about them. Well, it might be a little bit about them.
And you should talk with your doctor and review your health history and preferences to figure out which therapy, if any, will be best for you. One other note, just about all of the experts I talk with say that we should not discount the benefits of eating right, exercising, and making sure to take the time to sleep well.